Hey, you! You're listening to the podcast network of Gamefully Unemployed because you're an untouchable success. To support us and gain access to great exclusive shows like our brand new Supernatural watch-along Himboos, head over to patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. You'll also get your lucky little mitts on hundreds of episodes of our other exclusive shows like Tom and Jeff Watch Batman, Star Trek The Next Futurama, Spiel Boys, and the complete series of Fox Mulder is a Maniac. We do movie nights, game streaming, regular mini-series and surprise shows, and you can even commission your own podcast about anything you want, within reason. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain by heading to patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's patreon.com/GAMEFULLY unemployed. Probably don't need help with that word. Dave, I want you to go in there and photograph my bed.
Why? I guess all he really wants, he's like, just, do you see what I see? That's all I don't know. Hi, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
My name is David Bell.
My name is Tom Ryman.
And we just watched Videodrome.
Videodrome!
Ba-ba-ba, long live the new flesh.
Videodrome. The most provocative motion picture experience of our time. From David Cronenberg, the creator of Scanners. Starring James Woods and Deborah Harry. First, it controls your mind. Then, it destroys your body. Videodrome, coming soon to a theater near you from Universal Pictures.
Long live the new flesh.
What's wrong with the old flesh? Come on.
You know, it's got that old flesh smell. It's got too many scabs. Way too many scabs.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm going to trade it in for a scabless.
I'm riddled with scabs,
Boy,
personally.
So many.
Before we get started, big thank you to Dr. Slaphammer, our Patreon producer, who had us watch Videodrome, a movie that
Videodrome.
Yeah. I do believe you've covered this recently, Tom.
Within the last year, yeah. They had the Small Beans had me on to talk about Videodrome. So this is the second time in 12 months that I've watched this movie.
That's funny.
It's a lot of Videodrome.
I didn't listen to that episode because I knew we would be covering it. Mm-hmm. So you could just repeat stuff from that one.
I I have no memory of what we talked about.
Oh, okay. I hadn't seen this movie for a while.
I didn't even remember the movie as well as I thought I did.
Oh, wow. Well, okay.
I forgot about some major things.
I hadn't seen this movie in a while, and this movie always in my head is more complicated than it is.
No, it's almost cartoonishly straightforward.
Yes, in my mind, because you always see clips from it, and you're like, "What? What is that again?
That's so bizarre. It must be this crazy." Like, no, it's just like it's a signal.
He's hallucinating.
It's a signal that's making him hallucinate.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, and the motivation
grows a tumor in his head.
Yeah, this corporation using like this scummy guy being like, "Fuck it, I don't like you. We don't like what you stand for. We're gonna wipe you all out." Using Videodrome. Yeah. This signal that drives you all crazy.
A bunch of right-wing Martians. Gotten too weak. We need to get tough. So we're going to blast you with this signal.
Yeah. I sort of like, I don't dislike this movie. I don't like it as much as I think people do. Like, it's not really my favorite Cronenberg thing. It looks great.
Oh, yeah. It's really gnarly.
I just mean the plot. I'm sort of like whatever on.
It's pretty superficial. Like it's a little I'm 16 and this is deep. Like the reason he has Harlan come over and take pictures of what's in his, like that little joke we did at the beginning. The reason he wants pictures and not just do you see what I see is because what he sees doesn't matter. It's not real unless it's been captured by a lens.
Right.
That's the whole premise of the film. What is reality?
What movie? Yeah, and it's sort of a like commentary on like violence on TV, but it sort of does the thing where it's like the people concerned about it resort to violence, like they themselves are bad. You know what's funny is it reminds me of a movie I like more that could belong in this universe, Brain Scan. That movie could be in the Videodrome universe because it's about a video game that
That could be a psyop. It could just be the CIA gassing that kid.
Yeah. And and it has similar vibes and like it's about violence in video games, and it kind of lands in a weird place in that, if you remember, where it's like, so violence in video games, pretty cool actually. Like that's kind of it, where they're like, it's fine.
I don't remember Brain Scan that well, but in this movie, yeah, it is sort of about like what's the media's role or responsibility in culture and violence, and is it a reflection or is it steering culture?
Yeah.
And then what is reality? Because reality is just perception. So we have this one dude, this one fucking weirdo, Brian Oblivion, just the coolest screen name ever. He figured out screen names.
Well, his daughter has the same last name, and I was like, wait a second.
They changed their name.
Yeah, they must have. His daughter must have agreed
Unless they
to
were
that,
the Oblivions from fucking Ireland.
Yeah, I was like, are they? Yes, exactly. Did their family...
The Oblivions. Coming over to plant the potatoes.
I like the idea of the way like Smith was Blacksmith, where they're like the Oblivions were just the weirdos in the fucking.
They were the chaos wizards in the fucking village. I forgot what I was talking about with old Brian Oblivion. Oh right, no, he's arguing that like the TV screen is part. He's making these sort of like Lewis Carroll logical if-then arguments. Like he's saying, so if we perceive reality through what we see, then the TV screen is therefore the TV screen is part of the physical structure of the brain. And if what we see is reality, therefore what we see on TV is real. It's he says something to the effect of it projects raw experience or whatever. So it's like it's this question of yeah.
Oh, no, just here's my problem with the movie, which is that the movie poses those questions. So they're like, what is reality? TV, we're all watching TV. Is TV become the new reality? Is it more real to be on TV?
Are we it or is it us?
Yeah, and at the end of the day, my answer is, no, it's none of that. It's just TV. It's fine. You watch The Simpsons.
Yeah.
It's very quaint because what this, I think, movie is circling that it doesn't know it's circling, and I'm sure this is not a new and hot take, is the internet.
It does know it's circling it. Like, it's very pointedly talking about media communication. It just didn't... It's putting all of its chips down on videotapes.
Right. It opens with him on Civic TV waking him up. The one to take to bed with you, and it's like good morning, and it's like that's the internet. You wake up, you get your phone out.
It's everything's curated. Yeah.
This idea of like he literally says like it feels more real to be on the TV than, and it's like that's the internet. Soon all of us will have special names, and I'm like, oh, you mean like usernames, like Twitter names,
like his fucking name, Brian Oblivion.
Yeah,
it's a rad name.
It really is like Cronenberg not realizing that he's not inventing, but he's predicting the internet age without realizing it.
Also kind of right-wing goblins and trolls, right? Like, because one of the things Brian Oblivion is talking about, like I have a couple of things written down here, like he goes to Masha, his like agent or whatever, to try to find Videodrome, this pirated signal. Basically, if you've not seen it, Videodrome is about this television station producer named Max Wren. He and his two business partners run this real seedy kind of bottom rung cable television station, and he's looking for garbage to put on it.
He's a professional smut peddler, and I love like perfect casting.
Oh yeah, he plays it expertly.
Right, I thought at first like, oh, does he run a porn theater? Because someone's gotta. It's that vibe where it's like someone's got to do the scummy, and it's this little TV network where he sits in a boardroom with other guys. It's just funny that it's like a office, and it's like this is what we do.
Yep,
we do smut. Smut peddling.
I do have that written down. Just three businessmen get together to watch boring pornography, which is a situation that must happen on 100%. A daily basis.
Yeah, that's what's so funny about it.
To.
He wakes up and he's casually eating breakfast pizza, and looking at tits. Did you
see how psychopathically his pizza had been eaten? Like, did you take note of it? Like, pause the screen, everyone. If you happen to watch Videodrome, you can see, like, his leftover pizza. Just pause and look at how it's been bitten. Like, he's bitten it from 360 degrees. Like, he's attacked his pizza like a shark.
An interesting thing, and at first, I didn't find this like an inconsistency. So he's like he's a weird, scummy guy.
Yeah, and he finds this pirate 8mm signal, basically. It's snuff footage called Videodrome, and he becomes obsessed with it. And yeah,
that's what's interesting is he doesn't think it's snuff, and
no,
in fact, he needs to be convinced it.
Yeah,
and that actually, like at first, I was like, it's like the 80s, and you find this weird VHS tape of someone being tortured and killed, and you don't assume it's snuff. And that, like, at first I was like, that's silly. And then I was thinking, like, again, with the internet, it's like we have, like, kink.com and shit where it's like, yeah, I guess that was a market that was being served probably before the internet.
Sort of extreme pornography, definitely existed. And
right, where it's like, I guess you wouldn't necessarily think it's snuff.
That's what I would assume. Like, if I saw a genuine snuff film, you would have to probably convince me that it was real. You know what I mean? Like, I would just because of what he says. Well, I guess it depends on what it is. Like when you see
Kink.com doesn't kill them in it. It's just bondage. It's like bondage sites don't execute the person at the end.
Yeah. You can, but I mean, like it's not hard for me. Like I think anyone would just assume, oh, that has to be fake because you wouldn't. Why would you film it? Why would he even says that later? Yeah. I wrote down the verbatim quote because I think it. Anyway, we'll talk about it. He says, "Why do it for real? It's easier and safer to fake it."
Yeah,
which makes sense for it's both about the brutal pornography, but also like just reality in general. Like the film's overall thesis about like what is reality. It's like, well, why do it for real? It's easier and cheaper to fake it.
And it's about that illusion of like.
He doesn't even weird. It never even occurs to him that it could be real. He's like, no, what are you talking about? Why would it be real? Like Masha has to like really look him in the eyes and tell him, these people are dangerous. What are they, mafia? They'll deal. These people are dangerous. They can't be any more dangerous. It's real. It's, like, dude, it's a real murder on film. He's like, what do you mean? It can't be a real murder.
But that does make sense where it's like show business, baby. Like, there's a weird comparison, but like David Blaine's Street Magic, the secret often was camera tricks or editing.
Yeah.
And it's like, why wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
He's not under oath. Like, why wouldn't he lie? You can just lie. You can just lie. There's no problem with that. It's not a moral problem. Like,
right. And that's
just lie.
I also wrote this line down because it highlights the problem with a lot of like sort of satanic panic conspiracy theories that were popping up around like media like this at the time in the 80s when the movie was made, like all the sort of the suggested memories that all those people had of being like part of satanic rituals and stuff. This was like, you understand, like to make like a snuff film that has like 15 extras in it. It's like, that's like 20 people that have to be in on this murder conspiracy.
It's weird because like, so he does that interview and they do a good idea where he's the only one smoking and he keeps blowing his smoke into the other shots, which I liked because it's like, he's an asshole.
Yeah.
He is an asshole. But I realized this is obviously subject to debate and with the internet, it changes things.
Yes.
But
man, we got sidetracked. There was a whole bunch of stuff we wanted to talk about.
Oh,
continue.
But he's not wrong, I guess. Like,
no.
If this was made in the modern age, I think a better version was if he was like running rotten.com, where it's like he's using real things and exploiting it.
More exploitative. This is sort of, we have to take in consideration this movie's like 40 odd years old. So at the time, this was like considered so extreme.
And it's just funny because it's like, if it's all consenting adults, and it's not, because obviously the porn industry does have problems with exploitation and abuse.
Of course, yes.
But if it is done, like, I knew someone who worked for Kink, so that's why I brought up where it's like, I know they were very strenuous about their standards because they had to be, right?
You have to be, yeah.
Because they were like, we're the Walmart of bondage. So, but not everything is as cut and dry. It's all to say that, like, they even introduced the character who's watches it and she's like, ooh, I want to be on it. And it's like, there are people who will see those films and go like, oh, I like this. I want to be part of it.
Because like he shows it, like it like triggers something in him. Like, of course we later learn it's the signal, but we don't know that at first. We just think it's like this thing that everybody's becoming obsessed with. He shows it, he wants to show it to other people to see what they think. It was like, you getting anything out of this? You getting like, it's like turning you on at all. Like he's kind of aware that it's like unlocking a kink or something within him.
Yeah, and then she's like, "Can you cut my shoulder?" And she has like a bunch of cuts.
Right, and he's like, "What?"
And he's like,
I love how for being I have written down he's very square for being a vile pornographer.
He is. It's very funny.
They portray him like
he's weirdly naive.
I know, and I can't tell if he's really supposed to be as odious as people are treating him, or if it's just this is 40 years dated.
So I think that's what's interesting is I think that he is supposed to be a little right because you realize that the bad guys are the puritanical people who are like
they're both.
Yeah.
Part of the message is like everybody has everybody's using the TV for an agenda.
Right, and he keeps sort of saying like it's better on TV than in real life, right? Mm-hmm. And obviously that's kind of not a bad argument because it's like I don't think the two things. Like, I don't think if you put more violence on TV, it causes less or more violence in real life. Like, I don't think those two things are related. But they talk about, again, this is what's funny is, like, if you bring the internet, they talk about how it's like this leads to dehumanization. And it's like, it's like they sort of knew that this was, they're right in the sense that it did lead to that because the internet led to that, just not in the way they thought.
Right.
Where it's like, no, it's the fact that everybody's an icon and a screen name and yells at each other and doesn't think of each other as a human anymore. Mm-hmm. On top of sites like Rotten.com or LiveLeak, I guess, where it's like, and then the internet became this new breeding ground of like, oh, you want to actually see people die? We got that.
Yeah, and you want to actually see a media network that truly will dictate people's behavior.
Yeah. It really feels like they could remake this and make him like an internet troll who runs like a shitty piracy like porn website. Yeah. It's truly. And it would have actually really worked way better.
And the other thing about that, what I had started on way back when bringing up Brian Oblivion initially is when he asks, and then we got sidetracked saying what the movie was about and blah, blah, blah. But James Woods, Max, asks his like agent lady, Masha, to try to track these people down for him. And she tells him it's like way too dangerous. You don't want no part of this, Dewey Cox. And she says, it has something you don't have. It has a philosophy, and that's what makes it dangerous. And Max doesn't really believe in anything. That's sort of what we kind of see in the first part of this. Like he says all the things like in the beginning, he's not wrong. Like he's like, well, better on TV than on the street. We're like, well, yeah, sure. But like you said, there's no real evidence that what you're doing is helping anything.
Right.
There's no evidence that it's causing anything, but there's no evidence it's helping.
Right. If those are the two options, yes, I agree with you.
Yeah, I agree with you if those are the two options, sure.
Yeah.
But he's just saying that because it's a thing to say. There's no conviction behind a statement like that. Yeah. So
he casually pinches the ass of someone at the job. He's a bad guy.
He's a schmuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
A shockingly square schmuck scumbag.
I like that though because it makes him more of kind of a white bread broy like vanilla asshole.
Exactly. He's not because he's the one in the beginning saying like we need something tough, and he's not as hard as he thought he was.
Yeah.
So he's real susceptible to this bullshit. And he sort of picks up the first ideology that comes to him. So he becomes part of Brian Oblivion's sort of puritanical new flesh vision of humanity and what the next stage of culture in the human race needs to be. Whereas the PsyOps guys like Barry Convex and his fake buddy Harlan, the TV pirate, they're working for a company that thinks the West has got too soft and they're trying to toughen things up. Like literally the same words he uses in the earlier meeting about the samurai nightmare or whatever, it's for Samurai Daydream.
Right, where he's like, it's too soft.
This is boring, the boring porn they watch. Like, it's too soft. We need tough. Something needs to be tough. Like he says the exact words that the PsyOps guys use, but he's completely married to Brian Oblivion's ideology by that point because it's the first one he experienced.
Yeah, he's a sponge. Yeah, you're right.
And it's just like, he's just like a dipshit online, Like it's... Anyway.
No, yeah. Again, it's just very funny because he really should have waited like 20.
Right, because
I guess that
you can't quite dismiss it as being 100% quaint or like 100% old man yells at cloud, because it's like he's right, just not quite the right not format, but
Yeah. Also, I was young during this time where I'm like, I think about like, yeah, I guess there probably was a version that was kind of the internet, where it was a series of like magazines and video rental stores and word of mouth, where it's like there was nerd culture, there was underground culture, there was zine culture.
Zine culture, yeah.
Yeah, there was this idea of like, yeah, I'm hacking it off the network and like all that stuff, where it's like the trollness and the scummy internet attitude and being anonymous and stuff. Mm-hmm. It wasn't not there. It's just that most people are just like, it's just videotapes, like,
yeah.
it's just,
most people are just kind of watching, LA Law.
Yeah. And so it feels very quaint for that reason.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Like, it's sort of, Cronenberg, because there was Existence is like later, and that's another one where it's like, oh, you're a little too early. Like you're right around the Matrix, so it's like, yeah, but it's sort of like everybody sort of knew of like movies and TV, and that culture is like, well, soon enough we'll break the barrier and it'll be like we'll all kind of live on screens. But they didn't quite know which kind of screen.
But yeah, you're right. Yeah, they definitely, this movie does talk a lot about I'm not sure what you would call it, but like the Wall-E thing, where everybody just sits in a chair and experiences everything virtually. Like it's talking about that, like Soma, I guess you'd call that.
Yeah, there's the idea where Oblivion is dead, and he's been dead, and he's just like
alive on all
videos,
these pre-recorded tapes. Yeah,
which I'm like, ooh, I want to do that.
But it's like AI, right?
Yeah. And it's the idea of like a screen name, or like, yeah, what is a person, an individual anymore?
Yeah.
Yeah, like AI. It's again, it's just like he knew the mechanisms, they just didn't have the physical technology.
Yeah, it wasn't quite right. But
it's like when people from the 1800s are asked to predict the future, and it's like, oh, you almost got certain things. Like you understood, like,
yeah, because I mean, look, we're talking about all it is you take things that currently exist and try to extrapolate it. You're like, okay, well, how is that going to develop? So, like, you're talking about all these cultures existed. It's just they got transplanted into a digital medium or landscape, and now can access is instant and constant. Whereas you really had to like seek these cultures out and like finding like zine culture and like getting bootleg tapes and swapping hardcore VHSs or something. That used to be a thing where you had to like go to a physical location and physically exchange items with the person.
Right. And the idea of communicating and existing kind of in a virtual world where it's like everybody's kind of a name and like...
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it was there a little bit already.
A little bit,
but he has to kind of create the culture in this of like these weirdos who are like...
These weird freaks with their breathing videotapes.
Yeah. Yeah, I love when they're like, what format do you want the tape in? He doesn't give them answers, so they're like, all right, breathing format it is, I guess. And they give him that fucked up tape.
He says Videodrome. That's his answer.
He does, you're right.
Because he's playing it. He's playing it smooth.
Yeah.
He thinks he's got all the cards. That's the scene where he mentions The View twice in that scene. It's when he comes to meet Bianca Oblivion, and she has the cathode ray mission where they have a bunch of hobos watching TV.
Yeah.
Pretty sweet mission.
What are they doing to them?
They're giving them doses of television to acclimate them back into society, is the way they describe it, which makes a weird sort of sense, because you're like, well, yeah, if you're showing them like the news and it's like somebody you're trying to get plugged back into the what's going on if they haven't checked out the news in a while, but like that's such a...
So again, here's the modern version, and they're not wrong, is giving homeless people smartphones. Because people always talk about, they're like, oh, this guy was begging, but he had a smartphone. It's like, yeah, you can't exist in society
You have to have one.
Yeah, if you wanted a job, they're going to need
email.
Exactly.
Try to do anything without an email address.
Yeah.
Like, Try to get a job without an internet connection.
Right. Like, yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
Like,
so yeah, you're right. It would be something like that. And
But yeah.
but anyway, in that scene, there's sort of, it's like in an old like shop factory floor or something, because they're up in a foreman's office and they can look down and all the people down there below in their TV cubicles. And James Woods twice looks down and comments, great view, because he's so cocky in that scene. He still thinks like he's above it all.
yeah, and he's like, I love watching the hordes watch their
these
TV.
dummies watching the boob tube for me. And then later on, his TV shall grow dick veins.
Yep.
Dick veins bulge right out of his TV, Dave.
I wrote that the grossest thing in this movie is the sounds of him kissing that lady.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, there's.
I think it's on
some
purpose.
Contenders.
I wonder if it's on purpose, because it's so. It's like while he's piercing her ear, it's so gross.
It's so like they're like naked spooning. He's piercing her ear, and I'm just like, it's not sexy. It's like,
and
this is weird.
And yes, the Family Guy joke is accurate. There is a sex scene with Debbie Harry. It does contain nudity. James Woods nudity.
Yeah. It's like Neil Breen films where you're like, you got naked?
You get to see James Woods' ass.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of like, I mean, good on Cronenberg, where it's like, to make something sexually repulsive and sexual, like the TV has like the lips.
It's the thing he does.
And she's like, yeah, I want it. And I was like, yeah, stick your dick in the TV, James
TV
Woods.
throbs with dick veins.
Yeah.
It all but grows ball hair.
Yeah. He doesn't stick his dick in the TV, though.
No.
He sticks his head in. And I was like, well.
The food thing, though, earlier, when we first meet him, when he's looking at the pictures while he's eating his pizza bones, he gets pizza sauce on the very first picture he looks at. It smudges it, and it's red, so it's got the red, the blood, the violence already, but also like connecting it with these primal carnal things, and also kind of his slovenliness and how he doesn't care, and then like he kind of like licks it off and wipes it on his shirt. And yeah, it just like that scene. And then later on with the sloppy kissing noises, like makes me think that that's on purpose.
It's all, Cronenberg has this ability to be like, I will reduce, like you said, human urges down to the holes. Mm-hmm. Like it's just it's a worm and it has holes, and the holes crave things.
Yeah, that's Cronenberg.
It. Yeah, and it's just like, that is what we are. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you for doing that.
Thank you for reminding me of this. It never reaches like the cook, the thief, his wife, and her lover levels, but which might be the most repugnant movie I've seen of that nature.
Yeah. This is like mostly neat. Like this is the kind of Cronenberg that doesn't like this doesn't disgust me.
There's not a lot of grossness in it, really.
It's more of just like, this is gnarly and cool. Like,
yeah.
Oh, he has a tape slot in his tummy.
Yep.
Yeah. And
it
what is going on?
It blows wind at people.
Yeah. That's so.
Effects by Rick Baker, by the way.
Oh, fuck. I wasn't confused in the sense that, again, the movie explains like he's hallucinating.
He's hallucinating.
But later when he meets the guy and he's like, here's your next assignment, I'm going to put it in your tummy. And then it eats his arm and then he explodes. And I'm just like, what actually happened?
I'm not sure. He turns his hand into a grenade, a hand grenade, if you will.
Right.
That clicking you're hearing is the grenade timer, I think.
Right.
But it's like a potato masher grenade that he's like stuck into his arm stump.
Right.
Other people in the office are screaming, so I'm not sure what they're seeing.
Right. Yeah, I love how much he gets away with shooting people very publicly several times. And
Yeah, because
like,
this
wow.
is Canada.
Yeah, you're right.
I think they want us to believe it's Los Angeles, but it's Canada.
It's got Canada energy.
It's got X-Files face.
Yeah. But like, again, I'm not
It's got real
confused in the
Toronto
sense.
face. Sorry.
No, where I see those scenes and I'm like, what happened? I know the answer is not that. I know, like,
he probably
definitely
didn't
not
turn
what
his
we
hand
see.
into a grenade. Yeah.
But it never explains what actually happened. You know what I mean? Where it's like, he's hallucinating. You know the gun isn't morphing into his hand. But they never, like, explain it. And they don't have to. because it's not from that perspective.
Not
it
really,
just made
no.
me go like, I wonder what
Yeah.
actually happened.
It's just
there.
a fun thing to sit there and think about. Like, I wonder what did he do to Harlan? It seems like he does blow him up because he walks through the hole in the wall.
Right. And then what do they do to him when they are like, I'm going to insert this tape in your tummy? What they know, like they're not actually.
They're
doing
probably
that.
saying they're
probably you're
they're,
right.
They're would
probably
you kindlying him. They're saying, I want you to take a look at this. I think they even have a phrase that they use.
You're right. That's
just,
what it is.
They're just Manchurian candidating his ass.
They're Manchurianing him.
Mm-hmm.
And it is like, I am watching this like, you're right. Manchurian candidate would have been more fun from the point of view of the brainwashed person.
Yep.
That is really fun.
Yeah, from oh gosh, that was one of my favorite movies in high school. So I used to know as Raymond Shaw, from Raymond Shaw's perspective.
Yeah.
He's the kindest, gentlest, most decent person I've ever known.
It was a deviation. I liked the remake too.
I never saw it because it pissed me off. Its existence made me angry.
Here's the thing is,
The cast is great.
that's what I was going to say. Liev Schreiber and Denzel, it's just like, well,
Isn't Liev's mom Meryl Streep?
oh, that sounds about
It's
right.
Angela
yeah.
Lansbury in the original.
Yeah, where it's just like, if you're going to remake it, yeah, get like the best people.
Yeah, get
and,
the best people you can.
it'll be good.
The original is fucking Frank Sinatra. Jesus Christ! You know what I kept wanting to say, Dave? Frank Stallone. But yeah,
I'd watch that.
If you're trying to cast a Frank Sinatra type in 2000s, Denzel. That's good, strong pick. Strong pick.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So yeah, the movie is it's like it's simple. So like it's 90 minutes. And it's sort of just him slowly figuring it out. Where it's like the first people, the Oblivions, are kind of a red herring.
Yeah,
where at the end they're just like they know too much.
Yeah, they're just kind of incidental maniacs. Like Brian Oblivion was just an incidental maniac who they happened to recruit to work on this psyop for them. And once he realized what they were going to do with the technology, they killed him.
Right. I love the line because this is also kind of a prelude to the internet. They say the monologue is his preferred mode of discourse, which is such a like, she's not saying it that way, but like that's a great insult for like Quentin Tarantino. Like what a great way to describe
in
anybody.
the internet age.
Yeah.
You do response videos and clapbacks and it's all. They've posted this reply video and then this reply video and then it's all just a series of people monologuing at each other.
Yeah. Podcasting, if you
Debate
will.
me. Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
But it's not me doing a podcast by myself or vice versa. We're talking to each
Yeah.
other. So we're recording a conversation.
Yes, this is true.
Brian Oblivion's just talking to a camera, so we're at least still preserving that level of human interaction.
Yes. So like a lot of the movie is just like, I love when he slaps the lady twice, and because it's so like, because for a second I was like, does she not care? Does that happen a lot? And then you realize,
Cronenberg
it didn't happen.
He's so good at this. Like he's fucked you up bad by the time the movie's over. But yeah, like the slapping scene is so good because he slaps her. She turns into Debbie Harry. He slaps her again. She turns back into his assistant, and then it's like she's standing there. It's like, are you okay? Wait. Like, and even James Woods eventually is like, are you not mad that I hit you? I'm really sorry I hit you. She's like, what are you talking about? You didn't hit me.
It works really well because, as I mentioned, he casually grabs the ass of someone at work. And I don't want to victim blame, but I'm like, I imagine his smut office has a lot of that going around. And it's like, you probably...
Slapping is still...
But I guess what I mean is that, like, he treats women like objects. And then the slapping... What's good about it is that in the moment you're like, what the fuck?
It's shocking.
And then when he is like, when he's like, oh, I'm so sorry, even he is the type of person to slap a woman. And so in his mind, he's like, why did I do that?
Yeah.
But he's not, he's also like,
right,
I haven't never slapped a lady.
Right,
like I'm sure he has, you know?
Because he apologizes for it in the way that you would apologize to a buddy for hitting them.
Yeah.
Like he's like, I'm sorry I hit you. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Right. It's that.
That's kind of how he apologizes for it.
Where it's like, yeah, that seems like something I'd do. It's weird I did it, but
It's a lot. It's not the apology of a man slapping his female employee twice across the face hard.
Yeah, it's really good casting of James Woods.
He's expert at it. He's a
so,
fine actor.
Yeah, and he's a great scumbag.
He's a great scumbag. He's funny in movies. He's funny in this role. He has very funny deliveries on some of these lines.
He's asshole funny.
Yes, he's asshole funny. Yeah.
It's why, I don't know, he's plays such a good asshole in real life. You know? It works really well for him. So, like, it's sort of like, that's all to say, like, it's perfect start to the hallucinations because it like, you're not sure for a second the way he's not sure of reality. Yeah. And then it gets so outlandish that's when it's like...
You stop caring.
Right.
Because he does too.
Right. But it gives that moment of like, okay, like you feel what he feels for the rest of the movie, which is like, is this real or not?
And you become so exhausted, like you said, as it becomes more and more outlandish that he just gives into it. It's like, fuck it, man.
Right. The gun, when he puts the gun in his tummy and then he can't find the gun. And then it's like, wait, is he going to shit out that gun later?
Yeah,
sort of.
He kind of does, yeah. A tummy gun, Dave. A tummy gun.
He's dead.
Yeah. Gun fuses to his hand. That's a pretty clear metaphor.
Oh, yeah. Again, this movie, it's very much a lot of that, where it's sort of just like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Brian, I think it's Brian. It's either Brian or Bianca Oblivion. It's one of the Oblivions. Says to him, your reality is already half video hallucination. If you're not careful, it will become total video hallucination. It's,
yeah.
It's the themes they keep hitting.
And again, to his credit, it's like the psyop at the end where it's like, no, it's not these weird underground freaks. It's a corporation.
Yeah.
A glasses corporation
it's
for some reason.
Boring, but it's so perfect. It's so, accurate.
Exactly. It's just like this shitty, dumb corporation. They make glasses and weapons. And you're like, that's perfect. Mm-hmm. That's a weapons corporation.
Yeah, that's
through and through. Yeah. And it's just like, and they have this dumb little fucking corporate fucking expo, and there's like dancers, and they're doing
that little they have a bunch of guys dressed up as peasants chiseling marble. I'd be so mad if I had to sit through that trade show.
Yeah. When he shows up to shoot him, I'd be like, here we go.
Oh, now we're
There's
talking
something. Yeah.
Then he explodes into a giant tumor.
Yeah. That was stuff where I was like, oh, are they going to be aliens or nah? It's just more hallucinations, isn't it?
That's the part I forgot about.
What, they exploding into a tumor?
It explodes into a giant tumor. Now, was that a hallucination? Because Brian Oblivion keeps talking about how he got the signal gives him a tumor. We know that Videodrome or that's what they tell James Woods anyway. Like the signal gives you a tumor that makes you do things. Like the tumor causes the hallucinations.
Yes.
So has Barry Convex just absorbed so much Videodrome that he becomes tumors, or is this a tumor-induced hallucination? We may never know.
Here's my, I guess, again, why I'm only lukewarm on the plot of this.
Yeah.
Is I actually think this really doesn't stick the landing. It kind of just goes like,
really
the end. Yeah, because it's like, and then he goes to a boat, shoots himself, and you're like, huh.
Like you do.
I think this needed to take a cue. A film I think might have already. When is this film? What year?
I'm actually not sure. It's mid-80s.
I think this needed to take a cue from They Live. Whether or not They Live existed already, which is that I actually think this needed to be a little more silly and a little more nihilistic, and the ending needed to be like, oh, he exposes it.
83.
Like I think it could have been more Hollywood, I guess, where it's just like, oh, and they're exposed and he saves the day. Like, I don't, because, and I say that because he doesn't really have much to say at the end. So you might as well just go like, make it happy.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it. Don't make it this weird, and then he shoots himself. It feels like the original ending to Clerks, where you're like...
it again, I'm 16 and this is deep. It's like you got bored with the thought experiment. So you just kind of like... I get that vibe from a couple of Cronenberg movies, not to sound sacra Cronenberg-licious, but I think The Fly, I get the same vibe from The Fly.
Yeah, it's...
Where it reaches a certain point. There was another one I had in mind. The Dead Zone, which is a Cronenberg film that gets forgotten about a lot, I guess, because there's no body horror in it.
Right.
But both of those movies kind of have the same thing, where it's like it's sort of at a certain point it feels like it runs out of things to say, and just is like kind of grinds toward a bleak sort of punishing conclusion that is just like, okay, and now it's just time to grind this into a pulp now that we've asked all the questions we wanted to ask.
Right. It's weird to say about Cronenberg, who I do quite love.
Oh, me too.
But he might have benefited from kind of having like a writer to like smooth out his stuff. To like... It's weird to say, but it's like you could have been a little more commercial or a little more like Hollywood in the way your stories went, weirdly. And like, again, if I was Cronenberg, hearing me say that, I would punch me in the stomach.
Yeah.
Because like, who the fuck am I to say that?
He would slap you until you turned into Debbie Harry.
Yeah. I love all of the shit he's done.
Of course.
But like,
especially Jason X.
Yes, especially
Jason X.
But it sort of feels like my friends, we used to do this thing where if we were telling a story we thought was interesting that happened to us, and we realize in the story that it's not interesting, you just end it with, and then I found $5, and then you end the story where it's like, okay, I found $5. Like where it's like, I want to stop talking now. Yeah. That's how this feels.
You're
where
bailing
it's like,
out, yeah.
Yeah, he like bails. He's like, dang, he shoots himself. And it's like, oh.
And he shoots himself is like, I think they might teach it in like creative writing classes. It is such a bailout trope of writing.
When it's not earned, where it's like, he doesn't feel like he would have shot himself.
No.
Like, I guess they told him to or something.
I guess, and then he dies, I guess is more accurate. But
yeah. If there's an irony to it, or like if it like, for example, Arlington Road, which I won't spoil, but ends in a way that's has like kind of a darkness to it where you're like, oh, that's perfect. Or 12 Monkeys, or anything where it's like, oh, you're kind of becoming the thing that you didn't want to become, or like where it's like, In the Mouth of Madness, where it's like he's approached by this crazy guy at the beginning, and then he becomes the crazy guy, and you see the cycle complete.
Yeah.
This doesn't have that, so it just feels like, oh, all right. Which is why I think like They Live has such a good ending, where it's like not only does he stop it, but then they end on the people fucking, and it's like, oh, what a punchline! What a great punchline of like,
perfect film.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and it's that where it's this needed almost like that kind of humor a little bit, where it's like it's a little silly, and like I almost wish at the end, yeah, I almost wish at the end he was like a weird alien, and when he shoots him, he does explode in tumors.
He gets back on his spaceship.
Yeah, and everybody goes like, "What the fuck was that?
What was that guy?"
Yeah,
I guess the spectacular optics people are from space.
Yeah. Like, it just needed a little more fun, because I think it actually could have earned that, and it could have, like, it's still a fun movie, but it's like, it's weird enough.
Yeah.
It just felt very emo, like weirdly dark for a movie that up until that point wasn't actually that dark. Weird to say.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like,
then
he killed himself.
The ending sucks. I don't like the ending.
Yeah.
It is kind of just like, we don't know how to end this.
Yeah.
You think bail? Yeah, let's bail.
Let's bail. Just have him pew pew.
Just have him go to a boat and shoot himself.
Yeah, fuck it.
Like you do.
That's where you do it. That's where you do it in an old boat. And did anybody say like there's this boat I know about at any point?
No, I think he's just wandering.
Okay. Yeah, because this is a silly thing, but I was hung up on like, whose boat is that? What is the boat? Like, what a weird place to go.
I think it might be just like a hulk, like an abandoned scrap.
Yeah.
You know.
It's fine. It's fine. Weirdly, like if it was an abandoned train car, I wouldn't have asked those questions. A boat is so specific that for some reason my mind was like, the fuck is a boat doing here?
Because you start thinking about a lot of logistical problems. Because you can just leave a train car, but a boat, like, I feel like
who left that boat there?
You can't just leave it. Like, it'll sink after a while. You can't just leave a boat there.
Right. And what life ended with someone going, I gotta leave this boat here. Get out of here. It's just like, someone left their boat there. I don't know. Weird.
Yeah, man.
Weird thing to do. Weird location.
Somebody's candle was suddenly snuffed out, man. They left their boat.
Yeah. I guess so.
No family, no next of kin. Just a boat for James Woods to shoot himself in.
It's the saddest short story. For sale boat. Never used. I don't know.
Heavily used.
heavily
rusted
used. You're
through.
right.
Yeah. The video people that he has a meeting with in the beginning for the boring pornography is called Hiroshima Video. Just again, right on the nose.
Oh, I missed that.
You see, TV/video are the new WMDs, Dave. You see.
Right. That's tough, man. Because if you have a business in Hiroshima, you're going to name it something like Hiroshima something, and people are going to be like, oh, that's sick. And you're like, no, I was just there. I just live there.
I was going to say, that's the thing. No, you're not. You're not going to name it anything that has Hiroshima in the name.
I guess that's where my business is.
Yeah.
And it's a city. It's a thriving city.
Yeah.
They're doing great. I mean, I don't know what the mayor of
from what I've heard
Hiroshima's up to, but they got a lot of museums, I'm sure there, a lot of memorials. God damn,
and a really, really thriving, ambitious video imprint. The last thing I had took a note of was that James Woods dips his crazily eaten pizza crusts into his coffee.
Yes, he does. Again, it's one of those like. I wonder if he came up with it, because it's one of those actor choices that I'm like, great idea, which is like, can we make this guy, and I feel like a lot of movies used to do this more, where it's like, can we make him a maniac, because that gives him something.
Gives him something to do, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, just have him do this deeply unhinged thing.
Yeah, have him be weird. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I feel like we've slowly done less of that, or when it happens, a character has to point it out, or like...
Yeah.
Like movies, I feel like they've moved away from embracing like casual weirdness that doesn't justify itself or explain itself, or it's like people are just kind of quirky and weird.
Yeah. It's, I don't know. It's part of... I mean, they still do it in movies. I think it's part of the viewing movies as a puzzle sort of affliction that's befallen a lot of media commentary. Sort of like, oh, here's where mistakes the movies make. Here's a mistake the characters make. It's like, well, sometimes characters make mistakes.
Right. And I guess in the movie it is consistent, because they're like, we want him to be, again, all holes, like all urges, and he's a sloppy, and it's like, he's just shoving food in his mouth, mixing and match. It doesn't care.
It's a great little detail. Yeah, it tells us a lot about him. That's why you got to make room for stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think the 90s definitely went the weird way with it. I feel like more. Maybe not as much as I'm thinking, but it's like, it's the thing where it's like, oh, make the character be trying to quit smoking. And like, those are fun little details. And then it's just like,
oh yeah, that's kind of like a B story almost, like trying to quit smoking. Like I'm thinking, I was just thinking of stuff like business, like things you can do in the scene that just like, like he's dipping the pizza crust in his coffee and eating it. That's just like a small little thing that, perfect scumbag detail. I know exactly who this dude is. I know what kind of night he's had. I'll have to think about this. I'm not a huge James Woods fan because I don't watch too many movies but this might be... He's good in everything he's in.
Yeah, this might be one of his best things. and I don't even know if it's best performance. It's just like great use of him.
Casino.
Like really. Oh yeah,
Pretty expert
that is
deployment
good,
of a
yes.
James Woods.
I like him in Contact, but again, these are all like side
Oh
character
yeah,
roles.
that's a great use of a James Woods.
My favorite James Woods is him in The Simpsons. He's very funny in that.
He's funny on Family
Don't
Guy.
jerk me around, kid. Yeah,
Yes, a movie.
yeah. That's a great Simpsons cameo.
Yeah, it's immortalized by the Elon Musk meme.
Yeah,
That's James
You're
Woods.
right.
Yeah.
you always forget, but yeah, and he's perfect stand-in for Elon Musk. Again, a real asshole.
Yeah.
Scary Movie 2.
Yep. Solid James.
He's good in that.
Hercules. It's Hades. It's great as
I
Hades.
totally forgot about his delivery in Scary Movie 2 when he walks in and her head turns around and he just goes, fuck this, and leaves.
Forgot he was in it until this moment.
Yes, he's the priest.
Yeah, he sure is.
Ah.
Great choice.
Vampires. I'm just naming movies he's in now.
Oh, Vampires kind of rules. You're talking about They Live. That's a John Carpenter movie.
Yeah. James Woods was made for John Carpenter, I feel like.
He really was. It's weird they didn't do more movies.
Yeah.
I think we're done talking about this movie.
Yeah, I think so too. Thank you, Dr. Slaphammer,
Thank you.
for having us watch Videodrome. Like I said, it's been a while, so it was nice. It's nice to watch it again.
Yeah, it was nice to smush my face into my Dick TV again.
Yeah.
Debbie Harry's face.
Yeah. This was via our Patreon. If you're interested in that, you go to patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. GAMEFULLY unemployed. We have exclusive podcasts on there like Tom and Jeff Watch Batman, Fox Mulder is a Maniac, Star Trek The Next Futurama, Spiel Boys, our Supernatural podcast, Him Booze. Every Friday night we watch movies with our patrons.
It's true.
We have a lot of fun there. And yeah, you can have custom we just watched, which is what this is. So there's more. There's more. Check it out. It's great.
All
You'll have a
sorts
great
of
time.
stuff. Yeah. We will probably watch Videodrome or movies
We
like
could.
it.
We could watch Videodrome.
We could watch Videodrome. No, we
It
can
has
watch.
like
It's pretty tame.
I was about to say, like, it's got a little like sexual violence, but it's
We usually don't watch. Yeah, we stay away from.
weirdly tame for that.
We try to watch fun movies.
This is fun.
Not necessarily good movies. But anyway,
Yeah.
we also have a store. Head over to gamefullyunemployed.com. You can find a link to our Teespring store where we have all kinds of cool original artwork, by cool original artists like Michael Vincent Brandley, Starlene Hodge, Justin Brown, and others. So check that out. Please rate and review our podcast wherever you're listening. Check out our other show, Badical, BADICAL. Also, wherever you are listening. Him Booze. Did we push Him Booze? Him Booze.
Yeah, we push him booze.
Him Booze.
You got to push them him.
Gotta
booze.
push them Him Booze.
Yeah.
They need help.
And when
They
yeah.
can't take the training wheels off yet. They're both still on their little tricycles.
Yep. You are free to take your phone and stick it in your tummy now.
Your tummy
We're
gun.
done. Your tummy gun.
Yep.
Aw, a little tummy gun. Hey, listen, our music is produced by Chris Corlew. You can find him on twitter.com as the Corlew or go to shipwreckedsailor.bandcamp.com. Our channel artwork is produced by Michael Vincent Bramley. For more of his work, go to mvbramley.art. Our episode artwork is by Justin Brown, available on Twitter as Justin T. Brown or at artness by justinbrown.com. And finally, additional artwork is by Starlene Hodge. You can find her work at starlenearts.com or on Twitter as StarleneX. Cool. Goodbye.